Hey, so tonight I'm trying to finish the pivot of the reversing mechanism. As you can see, I've already cleaned up the sides where the bores go through and flattened off two sections here so it'll clamp firmly enough that I can drill it. Now the other problem was that this is an inch and this is half an inch thick, so I can't just put them on parallel. So I've got a stack of gauge blocks here that can go under one end and hold it up nicely. Now the problem was, once I have this set up here and indicated off the far end, putting the spacing between the two bores that's supposed to be there doesn't end up with the hole actually in the center over here. And so I have to decide, am I going to go off the blueprint, but leave the hole obviously off center here in the casting, or do I kind of strike out on my own? Which can be scary because there might be a very good reason mechanically why it is like that. So this is the drawing for it, and the spacing between the holes should be 4 inches, but I'm seeing really more like 4 1/4. So then I wondered, maybe there was some update to the drawing that didn't get added, because there are some manual annotations on this drawing, so sometimes it's a bit of a problem solving. So here's the what do they call this? The thing this connects to, the connector link rod. These are the connector link rods, and here's the raw casting for those. And it says 7.5 inches between those holes with 8 1/4 total length. But when I measured these, I can't do this while holding the camera. Anyway, this is actually 8.5 inches long, not 8 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and add that extra 1/4 inch onto everything. And I think it'll work out. If I understand the Stephenson reversing mechanism, it'll all be okay. So fingers crossed. So, you might be wondering, why did I remount the big hole much too small for what it actually needs to be? Well, that's because now both of these holes are in line and the exact same size of a convenient 5/16 inch, which means I can put a rod through them and use those to get a horizontal reference, because there's some, I have to drill a set screw here and one over here, and then probably do some milling on this end. And it just seemed easier to stop there, and then I can come back to it, and from there on, all I have to do is enlarge in the big hole, so it'll be easy to get a reference off of that and re-establish the coordinate system later. I mean, hopefully. Who knows? Okay, it didn't work. The hole on the big side wandered way more than I expected, which I'm going to have to think about. That hole will eventually be tapped, but I have to do the cut, because this is a clamping, a clamp around a shaft, and so I have to cut that slot first, and then I can drill out one side of it to the clearance, and then use that as the tap guide for the far side. But for now, I just have the hole established, and that's enough. Was that last bit of milling strictly necessary? Well, no, but I had it on the drawing, and frankly, I really like that curved shape there. Ah, there you can see it. Yeah, I have a mill, and I can make stuff like this now, so that's cool. I really like cutting keyways. That's so cool. And there it is, one pivot. Need to clean up the casting a bit, probably. That's pretty ugly along there. I don't have the shaft that goes through here yet, so I can't show it in action with the keyway and everything, but it's done. Yay.